All right, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. We are live on YouTube. Let me get Facebook set up just real quick here. Go Facebook Live. Hello, YouTube. We are setting up Facebook right now. Use camera. All right. Do you want to have a title? Sure. Yeah, Facebook does kind of suck, ain't that right? All right, let's minimize. All right, let's see if I got. All right, Facebook. We are live on Facebook now, live on YouTube at the same time. Just give me a quick second. I got to set up our main hard cam real quick. Make sure that we get. All right, Facebook. How's it going, Facebook? We are going to start in about 2 minutes. I'm just going to let everybody kind of come in to the room. Just get a few more followers, a few more viewers. Todd, I miss you. Good to see you, Todd. Todd on YouTube. Even though we're like in a pandemic, at least we're still able to see each other. At least, right? That's kind of the good thing about this whole craziness. Testing 1 2 1 2. YouTube, can you hear me pretty good, audio wise? Testing 1 2 1 2. We are live. Doing a little test before we start this show. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good when you're facing us. All right. We are almost at the 2 minute mark. Sounds good with the mic too. Okay. All right, we are gonna start things off here for episode 3. All righty, Russell Club fans, welcome back to Front and Center. I will be your host. I am Dalaso Garibay, and today is episode 3. Thank you again for tuning in. We are live streaming here at Russell Club, and we have been learning the game of streaming. And I appreciate each and one of you. Your feedback really helps us as far as audio testing, stream testing, just giving us a better clue, better an idea of how to have a better shot for you guys. You guys messaged the Facebook page saying that it was a little bit bright, so we had some little camera issues, and we have fixed those issues. Still working on a couple of things. Nonetheless, we're going to be here talking about October 10th Natural Selection, which is our next event, live streaming once again. Just want to say hello to Andy and Big Tree City Giant James Graham. Hello, thank you for tuning in. We have a few fans on YouTube. Referee Todd Young, just want to give you a shout out, miss you. Next event is October 10th, natural selection. Obviously, during this pandemic, we cannot have fans attend. Hopefully, that changes in the future. But nonetheless, we're going to provide live stream, which is still live. It still feels like the vibe of having fans here. Obviously, I want to say that we miss you all. Hopefully, the stuff gets through nicely done and quick. October 10th, we are going to see myself in a non-title matchup against the outlaw Rusty Livings, and I am making this personal statement, personal issue, because at 100, he laid me along with the Tree City Giant James Graham on a bed full of nails, something I've never felt in my entire career, and I'm actually still feeling it. I got the scars to prove it. Waking up each and every day, picking at those scars, and it's time for me to pick back. And Wrecking Crew is something I won't forget, and it's something that you're going to have to answer to. And at natural selection, it is going to be survival of the fittest. And the outlaw Rusty Livings, I hope that you bring it all, because you're going to need it. And this time, you're going to be the one having a referee take you to the back. And that is going to be for natural selection. And we have another matchup on the card. The other half of the Wrecking Crew, Big Tree City Giant James Grimm, taking on Damian Black, the current tag team champion. And oddly enough, he is my tag team partner by default because he is one half the tag team champion. That match, it's going to be, I would say, David versus Goliath. Damian Black taking on the biggest man here at Wrestle Club. So far, those are the only two scheduled matches. I believe that there is more matches in the works. As we saw in the last episode, Big John Henry, I guess, putting out a statement for King Marcus Anderson to be his tag team partner. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen. King Marcus Anderson has not gave us an answer just yet. I know Kelly's best Jay Cruz is scheduled, but he has not been booked for a match, but he's going to be there. I believe also that we're going to see Rick Knight coming back to Wrestle Club. So again, I don't know who these guys are facing just yet, but that is the scoop that I have for you for natural selection, October 10th. And also, we are having referee Stein making his way right back to Wrestle Club. It's been a long time, but he's going to make that long drive from Washington once again. I haven't seen him since Resolution, and just like for the out-of-state talent, like it's just been hard, like just to travel. And for him to travel that long during this pandemic, he's got to give that referee a big round of applause. And front and center, episode 3, my guest is someone that we have not seen since last year, to be honest, and that is none other than Dr. Steve Super B. It's been a very, very long time. I think the last time I seen you, you were we actually had a therapy session with myself and Hollywood Hickman.
Well, maybe therapy wasn't good enough because I could have sworn I had seen you right here in the ring for one of the Biohazard episodes. Well, I think it was actually the first time that we saw the bookkeeper.
Yeah, that was the last. Well, that was the last time I saw you at Wrestle Club. You were in the counseling session.
Okay. Fair.
Last time I physically saw you was at Biohazard, and I would say you never put a snake in the forest. That's probably something you don't want to do, and I'm sorry that you had to see a real snake in me. You don't put a snake in a natural habitat.
That's all right. Sometimes when you back a creature into a corner, you see its true colors.
Very true. I guess that's animal instinct is what they call it.
That's right.
But yeah, at Wrestle Club last time, as far as Wrestle Club goes, the last time we saw you, you were trying to help actually the Lost Man, trying to figure out our problems, and Hollywood Hickman and Mr. Hickman being obviously completely one. I believe you said that there was like what was it, personality disorder, schizophrenic disorder?
Yeah, multiple personality disorder.
That's it.
Usually is brought on by stress, sometimes a symptom of CTE, which we've seen many of the battles that Mr. Hickman has gone through, which might be, which could be a symptom, which could be a cause of this multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we have not seen him in a very long time. So, what have you been doing, I guess, after that crazy biohazard match against myself?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I made my apologies.
Yeah, you did. You sure did.
But what have you been doing since that kind of like time? Because I want to say it might have been like 4 or 5 months since everybody's seen you in the ring.
I've kind of taken a break on my, psychology side of things, my personal life. I accepted this new opportunity for Wrestle Club. I'm the general manager of Wrestle Club. I'm general manager.
Wow.
Yeah, and as the general manager, my hope is to take Wrestle Club from where we are now and make it even better.
Well, there's always room for growth, and I think that's kind of one of our slogans here. And it's all mixed up between fans and mixed up between those, and that's kind of why I brought you here and try to host this. And I'm sure wrestlers in the locker room are asking the same questions that I'm asking. So, nonetheless, I got my cheat sheet with me. Got 10 questions for you.
Everybody has cheat sheet.
Well, you kind of answered that, but to elaborate just a little more,
if you will. And Biohazard had accepted this position, except for me, and I went ahead and
this is from a fan. Will you be an
I'm no stranger to the ring. Don't get me wrong. That's great, but I do have a contingency plan in mind. But I do have a contingency plan in line that if any
fan, let's say for example, he's sick, therefore he cannot compete. Wise?
Well, like I said, I'm not afraid to lace up my boots, but that's exactly what I have the contingency plan for.
Since, as we all know, Wrestle Club did go out of business, and
I am not the owner, and for all honest, that I don't own Wrestle Club. I am not the owner, and for all owned by the bank or owned by the creditors, we don't know for sure. But what I do know, we've got to take Wrestle Club and create something that maybe is a viable product.
Since you, the next question that some of the wrestlers have is, especially when we were at our
Wrestle Club, plain and simple, went out of business because they falted on they fell behind. Once Wrestle Club went out of business, all of the wrestlers put their money together, myself included. Some of the referees and wrestlers that are watching right now live on Facebook and YouTube put their money together to try and keep this dream of their position. Let me relate it to something else. That person, I've got this house. Can you take this house, fix it up, and flip it?
we plan to flip Wrestle Club.
Well, of course. Aren't you tired of the money coming out of your pocket just to keep this going? Wouldn't you like somebody to actually invest in Wrestle Club so that we could put money back into your pocket, into their pocket? Do you like that just a little bit? I know I would.
I would say it has been good so far, but my heart and soul rests in our community.
The better venue we could build for ourselves together during a pandemic to try and buy a tent, buy banners and sheets. We could really support the community. We could actually put money out. We could charge a fee and admit to my favorite charity, the Special Olympics
position, and not me. Next question. What can fans expect for 2020?
That's really a ridiculous question. 2020 is exactly what you're looking at right now. We are going to deliver the best stream in Idaho, whether you go up north to Post.
And speaking of the streaming product, it was never streaming ever,
and we're still learning. But I'm not going to take in front of this camera. What happens behind the camera is a collective of Wrestle Club.
Okay, next question. What does a general manager do? I guess that goes
the category general manager thing under the sun. I've been here since the inception of Wrestle Club, and it just I've already done as much as a person can do. The general manager part of it is taking care of this toxic attitude that's been growing in the locker room. People wanting to just
side too.
I don't know if you remember I don't know if you remember our third event was at the Idaho Center in Nampa, and that was our Idaho Wrestle Club. And so it only seems like the logical step.
So far, so good. When I saw it for 100, nonetheless, it grasped me the attention of just that crazy matchup alone.
Mm-hmm. Was out of their norm. Go into the ring and build a game to be a part of. It was show up, you don't know what to expect, and fight. And what I learned about myself that day, I can't thank the bookkeeper enough to suggest that you go back and you watch those episodes and you read between the lines and grown through those matches. Even the one match that we had, I would to expect. But you helped me snap out of that to really the attitude that I have today. I'm not back up.
So are you
The story. Every event has a story. Everything has a story. And on the surface, I know a lot of those guys showed up and they thought they were just in the forest or in a sanctuary or in a parking lot, and that was it to them. But we already discussed that, my way of critical thinking, I looked at it all and thought, what does this mean? What is the overall purpose of this? Why are we even here? Why are they sending out invitations? There wasn't a prize. There was no titles.
I would say that's exactly what happened, at least as far as my paradigm.
Let me ask you this. Was that the first time that you ever wrestled with no fans?
That wasn't the very first time I wrestled. Led me to 100. Question number 8. Will Wrestle Club ever wrestle in a venue where fans can say this?
Yes. We will wrestle in front of the fans again, but we will do it in such a way that doesn't only ensure the safety of our fans, of course, that we do it in such a way that ensures the safety of the wrestlers, of myself, and the community. And like a couple of wrestling said to me, he looked us, if you will, there was no leadership.
It's been quite the growth so far, and hopefully, we're gonna add more stuff, I believe, to the production. Before we go, is there anything you want to say to the fans out there? Any plugs? Any future plans?
Came up with when I was the ring announcer at that third episode, that third event at the
your role as a
dated. And what we're going to start doing is we're going to start trying to release.
face. It's probably the best page right now, just because I think we're still running their video.
Yeah, Facebook, like I said, is the most simple way to get a hold of us and to buy merch. YouTube.